You're listening to this episode on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube. Hit that subscribe button and leave us a comment. It would greatly benefit the show.
Welcome to MBwTFB with the Farx brothers. I'm Kyle.
I'm Kirk.
I'm Nick.
And we're here with... Oh, no, I should have asked before we started. Is it Adam Burke? Is that how you say it? Or is it Burke?
Burke.
Burke, no E. Okay.
There is an E.
Or no E pronunciation.
Have you actually met someone who pronounces it that way? Or did you already have a couple of these before you?
No, not that. I have met somebody where it was a surprising E sound at the end.
Yeah, it's a common question.
Burke. Okay.
Burke, you got it.
And,
Common question.
yeah. Queefton. Let's really sell the joke. And Jud Nichols, plural. So Nick Farx used to have a last name that was not plural, and often got confused for having a plural last name. You actually have a plural last name, Nichols.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like more of a tribe, I guess.
Oh. A tribe of Nichols?
I'm totally just playing jazz here.
That's great.
Spitballing.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. You guys are multi-hyphenates. Rank, and we'll start alphabetically.
Word.
Thank you. What are your multi-hyphenates in order of what's most important to you?
It depends on the day. It depends on the project. With this feature film, it was my first time directing, so that was probably the thing that I was most excited about after the writing was done. But when you're in the writing process, like that's the only thing that you care about, right? Because none of the rest of it matters. And then once you're done directing the film, then you're in the editing mode, and then you're in the coloring mode, and then and you're a producer the entire time. So I don't really know how to answer that, like what's most important. It just really depends on the moment. Like it's, I think some people glamorize certain positions more than others, but you can't have one thing work well without the other. So yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed all of it. I really did.
Before I go to Jud, I saw recently, and I might be wrong, but somebody posted the credits for the Christmas game halftime show that had Snoop Dogg, and I thought I saw your name as a production person on that. Was I correct?
It was not me, no.
There's an Adam Burke.
There's an Adam Burke.
No, that's a Berkey.
No, is it really?
There's an Adam Burke in Chicago, I think, who's in the entertainment world, and I think he's even on one of those like PBS talk shows as a comedian.
Well, he had worked with like it looked like the person was in the same credit as like local production people that worked on that, and I was like, oh great, that's someone who's going to be on the show. I can ask how Snoop Dogg is. Well,
it was not me.
Sorry guys, you directed a whole feature. It's fine. We'll
yes.
Yeah. Jud, which people have already heard us debating and talking about before this. Jud, how do you rank your multi-hyphenates?
God, I was going to say the same thing as Adam.
But he stole that answer.
He did, yeah. On a Monday, like I'm, more so in lawyer mode usually. So between like being a lawyer and doing filmmaking stuff and yoga and boxing and
Lover.
Really, the lover sits at the top.
Sunday.
It bleeds through every day of the week.
Continually brings this thing up where I ran into you that I assume it was a date. Do you remember this? And Leanna.
That's so many.
Yeah, but ones where I ran into you
couple.
at a bar. I probably have seen you on more than one date now that I think about it. But okay, so I can tell Mrs. Farx you don't even remember. So it was fine that I was like, this is my friend Jud. You're on a date with him. As I think how that went, she was like, Jud must be so mad at you for being so obnoxious when you ran into him in a bar once and you were on, because we were on a date as well, Mrs. Farx and I.
Got it.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
And that didn't stand out to you. It stands out to me because my wife still is like, you really have to be like more of an adult when you see people you know in public. And I'm like, no, I don't. Who's going to make me do that? So how do you guys meet?
What restaurant was this? You normally take people?
Northeast.
CC Club.
Free House.
That was Free House.
CC Club? That's not Northeast. That's I have gone on a date to the CC Club.
Have you?
It worked. So I don't know.
It worked. Define.
What does that mean?
Working.
I am not being interviewed. Start a podcast and have me on.
Yeah, you can't do that.
How do you guys meet? What's the meet cute of that?
CC Club. No.
Yeah. Was it a date? Was Jud on a date? Adam, you ran into each other?
He didn't know my multi-hyphenate, so I was covered.
No, we were at a THC release party thing that was in town, and we had a mutual friend who said, "Oh, you guys need to meet each other," and we just exchanged information, and then like the next week, I think we went and grabbed coffee. And
yeah, Adam asked me to get coffee, and I don't know if I told you this, but I thought maybe you're going to try and like sell me something, so I almost canceled. It's like I just don't know if I have the energy to
Say no.
to say no. Yeah.
turns out I did. Still 2 years of your life.
Yeah. You didn't present it at the coffee. No, and but we got along. Not that you asked this, but yeah, we got along pretty much right away, and then I don't know, the objection for non-responsive narrative right now.
Sure. Thanks for using lawyer speak. I totally understand that. Jud, you were a reality TV star. Do you want to talk about that? Yeah, we're going all the way in the interview.
Right. Yeah.
Is that the start of your like entertainment career? Would you say?
I mean, I don't really have a career, and I'm definitely not entertaining, but I would say that was the first like project I was involved with. That was like, did you guys know about this?
No.
The
not at all.
film?
Jud's a reality TV star.
No, I know
Was
that.
it NBC?
This, I'm like,
2011,
trying
2012?
I was just trying to avoid being redundant. I'm not like testing the room.
I did not know about the reality TV bit. No, at first I thought we were.
We're friends with reality TV. Well, I'm friends with.
Oh.
Well, I don't even know if Jud's our friends. We're colleagues who know each other, acquaintances in Minnesota. Yeah, reality TV
You
stars.
guys do couples dates together. That's what you're friends.
Only spontaneously. Do you guys couples date together? You're married.
I am married. We've never done a couples date. No.
I've never gone out with. I haven't gone out with someone like enough times to where I would present them to someone and, like, you know, that'd be too contrasted.
I hear that, but maybe it's like your new romance continues Adam's already thriving romance with his partner.
There's your fucking move.
Just you guys on a date. That's the next one.
Right. No, I had the reality show was so what was cool about it was like it was filmed on like a remote island, and I think I said that twice because it sounded like I said Rhode Island the first time.
Were you in Rhode Island?
No.
Oh.
That's on my list. But we like filmed each other, so there was no like formal. The cast and crew were the same thing, so I don't know. I just spent a lot of time trying to learn how to use the camera rather than, I don't know. It was like a great learning experience because 4 of the people were professional camera operators, and we had the whole month to, you know, do stuff relative to survival. But in all the free time, I was like, hey, show me how to use the camera.
Wait, it wasn't like an elimination show or something like? Obviously, I've watched every episode. I just don't recall because I didn't live it.
I mean, people left, but it wasn't like a formal
The audience.
competition.
Mostly.
Wait, do we name the name of the show? What's
It's called
the
The
show?
Island.
The Island, uh-huh.
The Island.
Every time I say that, people are like, oh, I've seen that. I'm
Like, it's
"Yeah."
Scarlett Johansson? Yeah. The Island.
Ewan McGregor. The Island.
Yeah.
It's a Michael Bay movie. It's the first one of his that didn't gain profitability, I think, in the theatrical run. I'm sure there's been several since then, but actually, no, Mike, I don't believe that about you. I'm sure he watches. So you're a big nerd, Adam. I heard you graduated high school at 16. Could you drive a car when you graduated high school?
Yeah, well, my moped. I had a moped at 14, so
Oh,
I had
brag.
to. My dad said I could get a moped if I got a job, and the next day I had a job that I found in the newspaper vacuuming Dayton's on Saturday mornings at like 6 o'clock in the morning, and I got my moped. But yeah, I started school super early and then graduated and started college, and I don't know what the rush was.
What? Were you the top of your class in North
Yeah,
Dakota? Where
so I
you're
was
from?
homeschooled.
Oh, you were just trying to get out of the house.
Yeah.
There's the rush.
Yeah.
Okay. We've had some homeschoolers on before.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't find that in the research, so now I'm very curious about that.
Oh, sure.
What was that like?
It was cool. I've got to get along really well with my family. 2 brothers and a sister, and then my mom was somehow able to teach 4 different grades at one time. Homeschooling is kind of a weird thing. I mean, a lot of people have done it now since COVID, but back then it was like only been legal. I'm from North Dakota. It had only been legal in North Dakota for like 2 years.
Homeschooling?
Yeah.
Wow, why
It was
the
like
hold up?
90s, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was late 90s. So it was kind of like there wasn't a lot of curriculum, and you just would kind of have to teach yourself a lot of stuff. So that's, I think, helps you to become, it definitely helps in business, but also as a filmmaker. Like, a few years ago, I didn't know how to turn a camera on, and now directing a feature film is you got to go to school, you know, and YouTube's an incredible way to do that, and working with other people who know what they're doing. But to be self-motivated, I think that's one thing that being homeschooled really taught me, was like, here's a book, go learn it, you know, and I did.
You don't think that comes from internal drive? This is also part of the debate part of the interview. Can't you be special, Adam?
Yeah, nurture nature. I mean, it's a combination, I think, for sure. But you know, my brothers and I are all wired very differently, and we all were homeschooled for quite a while. So,
did any of them become a doctor like you did?
No, my youngest brother actually got into film, and he's won a lot of awards for making commercials, and I always admire that about him, that he followed like that passion. But yeah, my other brother went into medical the world, and then my sister, she's an entrepreneur. She runs her own business in advertising. So we all kind of went a different direction. But yeah, I mean, my family's great, man. It's, you know, we had a lot of laughs. Like, we lived in a small town, and everything was just about having fun and like trying to get done with school so you can go outside and ride motorcycles or go snowboarding or skateboarding and that kind of stuff.
How small of a town?
Started out in Bismarck, which is like 60,000.
Okay.
And then we ended up moving to New Salem, which is the world's largest Holstein cow.
Wow, fun fact.
So look that up.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a huge udder sack with like big veins. It's disgusting.
It's got veins on it?
Yeah. I'm not here to kink shame. What made you want to become a doctor?
Veins.
A chiropractor.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's clarify there. It's there was chiropractors that my family went to, and I thought they were interesting guys, and they seemingly had a good life and stability, and they enjoyed what they did. So yeah, I shadowed a few different doctors, and the chiropractors seemed like they had the best gig as far as like how many hours a week they worked. They weren't on call, that kind of thing. So yeah, I went to school for that and became a chiropractor, and did that for like 10 years.
Nick's seen a lot of chiropractors. I don't know.
Like
I'm a
recently?
frequent visitor. Yes.
Like romantically.
Oh, maybe I could be my sugar.
Dude, while she's got
like
like she's grinding, I don't really know how it
yeah,
works.
that's
You
a
guys
good
know.
idea, actually.
You
I can quit my job. Yeah.
Find an attractive chiropractor who finds you attractive. And
Yeah.
do you have any questions for Adam about like how you
Yeah, which
evaluate-
injury should he approach them with in order to start a long-term relationship?
Oh yeah, how should
yeah.
he flirt with his chiropractor in the future?
Broken. What's the
credit
bone
score.
there?
I think that's always a good one. No,
Did
I don't.
someone come in with you to say, "Hey, I'm broken. I've got a broken credit score"? Is that the joke they tell you?
I don't think so, but I'm sure it's happened. No, chiropractic was fun for a long time, and then I just kind of got burnt out on it, and you know, I'm sure we'll get to more of the meat of that story, but like, I had a pretty quick career change.
That's a great tease. First, we want to talk about me, obviously. Jud, when did you make the transition from making reality television to making stuff? Because you were introduced to me by somebody else, as I recall. Like, oh, you should reach out to Jud Nichols. He's a camera guy or something like that. He's big into making movies. Like, when you got back from the island, did you start making stuff? And what was the first thing here?
Well, that was like a huge topic with the camera operators on the shows. Like, I really wanted to buy my own camera when I got off the show, so it was right away. And part of it was, I mean, I was auditioning for everything back then. Like, I did short films, student films. I was just saying yes to everything. I did improv. So once you do improv, you say yes to everything, you know? And then there's the rest. So yeah, I think, and it was just right away, man. I just like, and then I think after seeing myself on TV and stuff, I just started moving towards being behind the camera.
What were some of the projects you shot first? Like, what were some of your things first behind the camera? Because I know you had stuff behind the camera before I met you in like 10 years ago, 10 years ago, something like that?
Yeah. I mean, I did a 48-hour, like, pretty early on. We had some success with that. It was like the 48-hour horror film festival. And that was like the first competition I ever did, and we won. I mean, there was only 10 films, but still. It was fun at the time. And then after I did improv with my cousin and my buddy Paris, we would just meet every week and like make we would just make a video. We would, like, from concept to being done shooting, we'd just come up with something and try and make it funny.
To tie it back to the conversation we've already had about Wet Paper Bag, Paris is in that movie.
Yeah.
How'd you meet Paris? I'm really curious about that because he's
My cousin was working at Old Chicago in Uptown, and Paris worked there. And I wish I remember our initial interaction, but it was like I realized he was like kind of a roaster, like he was making fun of me and I was making fun of him, and it just like I feel like we've been hanging out making fun of each other for whatever 15 years.
Okay. Very cool. How do you recall us meeting?
Double date.
No, it was definitely me just like messaging him randomly over Facebook.
Well, you slid into his DMs.
I slid into his DMs. I friended him and slid into
Silent killer over there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
so beware.
How's
of
it
Kirk
get done?
coming and get
Yeah,
you
teach me
dead.
your ways, cow. I am single celled right now.
You are.
I remember you presented me with your ideas for a hitch list pretty early on.
Oh.
Okay. I came to you and said, "Hey, I want to make this wedding DJ show," and then
I know that when you brought that up and I heard the idea, I was like, this is fucking awesome. Like,
Okay.
I always really liked that idea.
I do too. Still, it's very hard to sell.
Right.
I got him. We made one ourselves, obviously,
Yeah.
and we've shown it now in the past 2 years in the theater, so that counts for something.
Yeah, that's great, man. I feel, yeah, that's how I remember meeting you. And then, there was kind of there was a group associated with that, and we just used to talk about making stuff, and yeah, that's how I remember it.
Did you fall off making movies for a little while and then come back with a vengeance?
So you liked Wet Paper Bag, huh? No. No, I mean, I've shot everything, man. Like, I'm always shooting stuff, even if it's just my phone. I think I just kind of got into I took 6 months off of work, and I was traveling, making short documentaries. And then I had helped my old friend Josh with Danny's Game. I helped him shoot that, and I helped him edit that, and that took up a huge chunk of time.
That was a feature, right?
Yeah.
And the final title was Danny's Game.
Yeah.
Did it start with a different title? The one Bill Cooper directed, right?
Yeah, it started as Beta Fish.
Beta Fish. Okay, Beta Fish. Yes.
Yeah.
I like saying
Burke.
Beta Fish just to mispronounce it.
just to Burkey it up a little bit.
Yeah, just to Burkey it up as much as possible.
Yeah, no, but I think just doing all those, there's so many doozies, and I'm not calling that a doozy. I'm not calling that a doozy. I am. There, you do all these projects, and you just learn little things along the way, and I don't feel like I ever came back with a vengeance, but I would say our current with Wet Paper Bag, this is by far the most I've ever put into a project, from working with Adam on, the conception of it to now having a private screening set for tomorrow. This is by far the most thought and effort and intentionality and whatever it is that goes into making something. It's just been a lot more. Does that make sense?
No. What I was wondering in my head is you're both people with postgraduate degrees, which I find interesting. Do you think that you guys get along because you're in the, 1/9 of the population in the United States that has? Is it 1/9 or is it less than that?
Sounds right.
I think we get along so well because I don't think I can be offended, and I don't think Jud can be offended. And we go deep sometimes on each other, and
Oh, all right.
and yeah, I think
I'm not ready for Kirk, though.
Oh,
cooking something over there.
Never see you coming.
He heard that, he was like, oh, all right.
whatever you're ready to get in there, just
Yeah,
ask
and
that.
go deep.
I go like you do on me. You're my soul
Yeah.
chiropractor as I see it.
Well,
God,
all right.
that's excellent.
But I
Put
can
that on your
honestly
resume.
say that
Yeah.
Jud is far smarter than I am, and his vocabulary is far better than mine, and I'm a terrible speller, amongst other things. But yeah, his the fact that he's very intelligent makes going through dissection of a script and getting down to where you're looking at each individual word and the punch that it has, and it's yes, it's got to resonate on an emotional and also logical, and also how many layers are there this scene, and we break stuff. I feel like, as he was alluding to in what we were talking about with how much effort went into this movie, it's the intentionality of everything. It's the intentionality of the wardrobe, for that specific scene, for that specific character, for the haircut that we asked them to have, and little things like that I think on a smaller indie project you probably don't see as many people. I don't know. I know for me, I first looking at a project like this, I never thought about all those little details, and so that's something that him and I have spent endless hours just like droning on about, and I don't know that. So if that has anything to do with his acumen or his ability to have a post-secondary degree, I have no idea, or a postgraduate degree.
All right. Well, the other thing I was going to say is I really don't know what this is, but when it comes down to like this or that's with like extremely specific artistic decisions, it seems like we agree the vast majority of the time. I don't know where that comes from. It's like, this sounds better than that. Why? Because it's got the grit that it needs, or like that delivery is a little bit more we're going for because it would make that other person feel this type of way. Just our like general artistic sensibilities, if that's what you want to call it, I would say are like almost completely aligned, but then there's a little bit of non-Venn overlap, which we don't agree. And then I think we've found ways to sort out which decision has to be made without being like, too disagreeable about. I don't know what that is. There's a whole thing there. You know what I mean? Like when you're looking at it, even in an edit, and you're like, it's like this one or that one. How many people would you align with so often? And sometimes it's things that there aren't even words for. Like music in particular, I think is super ineffable, but we had very strong opinions about how it should sound. And when it sounded really good, like just felt like we were on the same page almost every time.
Yeah. It was uncanny. I mean, it was like, art's so subjective, and so and we have strong opinions, and so it's like, this has to change, and the other person would be absolutely same page. I mean, we have so many text threads that are just, that's how they end. Yep, same page. Yep, same page. So it was weird, but it gave, I think, with all the decisions that you make, it gave you a sense of confidence knowing that like, if it's wrong, at least you're not the only one that thought so.
No kidding.
Right.
You're both in the hole together.
Right, you can say that.
Where are you at that one, Kirk?
I don't know. It's also like some sexual innuendo we got to bring up here.
No, I was thinking of
Like,
John
go deep,
Spencer in The West when
same
talking
hole.
about helping people get out of a hole. But okay, you and your sexual thoughts. And let's
stay
get
in
off
this
of
corner?
Kurt's sexual thoughts.
God, of course he says
And
get
you
off.
mentioned a meaty story. Don't do anything with that. What's the meaty story you want to talk about? I shouldn't say you want to talk about, but it may lead into, hey, you had a rapid career change, and now you're in entertainment.
Right. So I guess the easiest way to rip the Band-Aid off is just to get into it. So I started writing screenplays because my sister sent me, the first screenplay she sent me was Knocked Up by Jud Nichols. And I started reading that while I was serving time in prison. And so that was kind of a moment where it's like, all right, when I get out, I got to reinvent myself. What are some of the things that I want to do, not just like from a career standpoint or a money-making standpoint, but like, what are things that I've always wanted to try, but I've just not given myself permission to do? And I remember when I was like 14 or something like that, maybe younger, 12, there was this kid, Ben Earhart, I don't know.
Up in North Dakota?
Up in North Dakota,
Hey, Ben.
who moved to California and started acting, and he like got on all these shows, and I would hear about this, and I'm just like, oh my God, I could never do that, but that's such an amazing thing, It's like, and I just like craved knowing more about that, and trying to understand like how would you break into that, and am I lying to myself thinking that I could even be in that world or try something like that, and you just kind of bury those feelings, and then you get into like the real world and you get a real job and you wouldn't think about going and taking acting classes and trying new things, doing improv. Most people don't get out of their own way and try new things. But when you're forced to sit down and like contemplate, all right, your life's about to start over. You don't have your reputation to protect anymore. So what are you gonna do? And so as soon as I got out, I started taking acting classes and met Jud, and then found out he was a criminal defense attorney, which led to some fun conversations because we've seen both sides of the fence, if you will.
A little yin yang.
Just so that people know, like, oh, you were in prison. Okay. Do you care to say for what? Just
It was a goofy mail fraud situation. Bills that were sent across state lines that were constituted as mail fraud. So
and I think it's helpful for the audience to hear that because it's like it's not something violent.
Yeah, no, not at all.
You know, it's just oh hey. And to be honest, when I read what happened, I was like, that's smart.
Yeah, it was just a goofy, dumb thing. You know, you make dumb decisions, and then you think that something that is going to end up with a fine turns into all of a sudden you're looking at. My sentence was up to 17 years, which is like enough to change everything. I think when we went in, there was an attorney that told my wife and I, they're like, if you're in for 3 years or less, you have a good chance of staying married. But if you're in for 5 years or more, it's very unlikely. And if it's over 7 years, it's just nobody makes it. And so that was like
and 90 months is over 7 years.
7.5 years, yeah.
Oh gosh, okay. So,
but I was only in for less than 4.
Okay.
And marriage survived.
Yes, happily married.
Thank God. What do you attribute that to? I mean, we're not a relationship podcast, and I'm going to ask about why your sister sent you that script next. But I am very curious about, like, as a married man, it sounds like you've been married longer than I have. How does that work? How do you make that work?
Well, we started dating long distance, so I guess we just reverted back to what that felt like. Especially when COVID hit. Those last 2 years I was in, I only saw her 7 times because everything was shut down. So it was really challenging, no doubt. But she's an incredible person, and instead of her feeling bad for herself, she went to work and built her own business and grew her friend group and just grew her own life. And then when I came out, she's a different person, I'm a different person, but we're still very compatible and have a lot of respect for each other. So
that's congratulations.
Thanks.
Why did your sister send you the script? Like, what were you guys talking about? Was she like, you know what, you're in prison, let me send you the knocked up script?
No, I told her that I want to start learning about screenwriting, and so I had a lot of books coming in, mostly on screenwriting, and I think my sister found out about that, and then she just sent me a script. She's like, well, if you're reading about screenwriting, you should actually read some scripts. And so, yeah, that was the first one I read, and it was excellent. I read it I don't know how many times, and then I read a bunch of scripts after that. But that was the thing that was just like, I've never read a script before, and so to understand like some stage direction and some how the acts break down and scenes break down was super interesting.
And obviously, I've been able to read in the media out there that you wrote a 4-act play and got it. What was it like? People. It sounded like you mentioned 2 gangs and multimillionaires who were in for other white collar.
I was a billionaire, actually.
A billionaire?
Yeah. So that show on Netflix called
Billions? No, not Netflix.
No, not
Showtime. Netflix.
Yeah, it's on Hulu or Showtime or on Netflix. I think it's on Netflix. It's called
Pain Drug one.
Pain Hustlers. What's that?
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was about a guy that he lived across the hall from me in the cell across the hall. It was a 78-year-old billionaire. It was actually the first painting I made. It's called the $1 Billion Weenus. It's of his elbow. It's right there.
That's what it's called.
And is he still there?
No, he's out. He's back in Chicago.
Good for him.
Oh yeah, he's doing fine.
Dude, serving time at 78 and getting out.
Yeah.
Might have been, Trump's fate in some realities. Not that I'm wishing that for you, Donnie.
Are you on first name basis on all these people?
Yeah.
Donnie, Michael,
Just the
or
last
Mikey?
two.
Yeah.
Donnie, Michael, yeah.
Just the last 2 and Burke now.
And Burke. So what is, like, I'm very curious about where does it start with, hey, could I put on a play because it's COVID? Like, was that was that what the...
Yeah, it was a grift. Everything in prison is about what barter system can you manipulate to help you get to a certain position.
So you were kind of cut out for it.
Everybody in there. I mean, you talk about like a place that you can hone your humor. That place is amazing. People are so mean to each other and so sharp.
What's the funniest prison joke you can tell us right
Oh,
now?
there's probably 0 that are appropriate. But
That doesn't matter.
We're explicit.
You're on Masturbators with the Farx brothers. What are you talking about?
I was wondering if it was debate or masturbate.
It's bait, or it's movie baiters.
Well, it can be both at the same time.
Yeah.
It can be both at the same time.
It's a double entendre.
That's how this works. Let him tell a prison joke, please.
A prison joke?
I was
Any
buying.
joke you heard in
him
prison,
time.
just or
Right.
funny.
Van-
story.
You were going for
obviously
like a
want to get
roast,
back to
right?
entertainment in your play, but I want to hear something funny. That's even if it's dirty. You know, you're all adults here. If you're listening to this or watching, thank you. You know, I don't want to strain you too much, but I know there's something that just the funniest thing you can think of.
Come back to that. I got to think about something that would be appropriate, and not just character driven without any reference points, because it's that's what a lot of it is just razzing on people.
So,
all right, here's one. So there's there's one day that I'm waiting outside to get into work. I was working in the education department, helping people get their GEDs, and I worked there for 2 years, and I had exactly 0 students get their GEDs. So it tells you anything about how good of a teacher I am.
He was homeschooled.
Yeah, I was homeschooled. But anyway,
And so are his students.
there's a little garden area outside, and I was like, is that a cucumber? And there's no vegetables really, so like you're just starved for anything that would have some nutritional value. You're eating like hummus with mold growing on it if you're lucky, otherwise you'd have like canned vegetables from 1905. So I see this cucumber and I'm like, oh sick, that is a cucumber. So I go over there and I pick it, and this guy comes around the corner, his name's Butch, and he goes, did you just pick that cucumber? I'm like, yeah. Do you want some of it? He's like, that's Lurch's garden. And I said, oh, okay. I thought, it was just a cucumber growing, and my buddy Levi works in the garden over here, and so I don't know. And all of a sudden, Lurch comes around the corner, and Lurch works in the recycling plant where they separate all the garbage in the prison.
Oh.
And he is exactly what his name sounds like. He's like 6'8", bald head, just a bull with like those goggle glasses, with like the strap around him. And he comes up, and luckily my buddy Levi, who was like he was in the military, he was I don't know, some kind of Army Ranger or something. And he comes up, it's a tough dude, and I'm like, I cannot believe that this is escalating to the point of everybody getting in each other's faces over a cucumber. And it got to the point where like, I kind of just slinked back while Levi handled the thing, and it ended up he had to give like trade certain vegetable seeds to make the thing all go away and make it right. It was very bizarre, but that was kind of like the beginning of when I got there. Of just sorry, it's not a very funny story, but it's like funny. It was just it's just like the absurdity of these situations that you'd find yourself in that would be such a dumb thing in the real world, But almost got
You didn't get to eat it?
my ass handed to me for a cucumber. I did not get to eat the cucumber.
Yeah.
You gave it back.
Lurch took it, yeah.
Okay. Like, you voluntarily gave it to him?
Oh
or
yeah, I
took
gave it to him.
Yeah,
No,
okay.
His hands were like this big.
Did he snatch it quickly from you, or do you remember the exchange?
No, I think I just gave him the cucumber. It was very...
Here's your cucumber.
Yeah.
Now, were Butch, Levi, or Lurch in the play that you put on, the 4-act play? How long was this play? Like, how many pages?
I don't even remember. 20 maybe?
Oh, so okay. So it was 20 pages, so like 5 pages for each act or something like that?
Yeah, there were shorter acts for sure.
Okay.
It was, we had 2 rehearsal slots that we were able to have, so it's not like anybody was immediately off book. And the thing is these guys were like, at first they're like, oh, this is a dumb idea, and then of course people are like coming around like, can I be in it, and then this super tough dude from Texas is like, he's like, hey, if you need any help with like costumes, just I can help, and I'm like, you're on it, man, and so you've got these people who they have these like hidden talents that they're like too masculine to talk about, but once the opportunity was there, they were all over it. It was really fun. The funniest inside joke I had on the whole thing was there was a guy with a swastika tattoo.
Oh?
And of course I had him playing a little Jewish boy, and he didn't know it.
Oh,
And he's like, how do you say this word right here? I said it's l'chaim, but you got to kind of clear your throat like that. And he's sitting there, he's on stage, and he's sitting there, and he's like, l'chaim. I think I got it. I'm like, You sure do, buddy.
Wow.
So yeah, you know, it's just like
Tricking Nazis in the plane.
you
Yeah.
find little
Yeah.
humors and things like that.
What was it about?
It was about how like all the little boys have gotten so naughty that they've all ended up in prison. So Santa has to like try to throw presents over the fence, because that's like the whole thing is that if you know you want contraband, people throw stuff over the fence, and that's how you get like cell phones and drugs and all that stuff into prison.
Did you have any contraband?
No.
Cucumber?
They're not going to put you back now.
His sister threw the script over.
Yeah. Seth Rogen told me to give this to you.
So yeah, that was the whole thing. Was the Santa throws gifts over, and then they catch him, and then they throw Santa in jail, and he's in there, and the Easter Bunny's in there, and the Easter Bunny's like really sick and twisted, and you know it ends up being this nice little story in the end. But the musical acts in between were really the icing on the cake. We had this Korean guy who's got a really thick Korean accent, and they called him Kim Jong-un because he looked just like him. And so he's up there singing Here Comes Santa Claus. And, you know, it's just like the thickest, Here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus. And the whole place is like dead silent.
Were they
Until
moved?
until like the second verse, and then they just lost it. It was like, they didn't know if it was a joke or if it was serious. And then like when they realized that it was serious, like they couldn't stop laughing. It was so funny.
And how did you feel about that?
Afterwards, he goes, did I do good? And I was like, you killed it. Everybody loved it. And he goes, but I think they were laughing. And I said, yeah, of course they were. It was funny. And he's like, it wasn't meant to be funny. I said, well, you have the gift of humor, and you know, you did.
Everything is an angle.
Yeah, for sure.
What about God? His name eludes me now. The guy for the Pisces guy.
Oh, Torres.
He had a musical number, didn't he?
Yeah, my celly was this older Mexican dude from Chicago, and just the sweetest guy. But he had this like long hair, and he kind of had this like Antonio Banderas like just charisma to him. And he was real kind of quiet, and every night he'd lay down. You know, if the guards go through into the count, the lights go off, and he'd lay down in his cot. I lay down in mine, and he'd roll over and he'd go, "Good night, senor." And every morning he'd wake up and he'd sit up in his cot and he'd look over at me and he'd go, "Good morning, senor." And we became good friends because he's like, I didn't speak very much English, and we had just a really, but anyway, he ended up playing guitar and I play guitar, and so we were the instruments for all the different singers.
Got it. So you weren't in the play, you were playing music along. Or
Yeah,
were you in the play as
I was
well?
also in the play, yeah. I played the Easter Bunny. Yeah.
Oh, so you made the Easter Bunny. What made the Easter Bunny specifically sick in the play you wrote about?
Oh, just how his wife died.
What did
Easter
your wife
Bunny's
think
married?
about the Easter Bunny? Did your wife read this or ever like?
No, I didn't take that home. It was just stupid. But
Oh, is there a lot of stuff you have to like just say, that's my old life, I'm not bringing that with me when you kind of make the transition?
no, my wife's amazing. She's got a great sense of humor, and I tell her. I mean, she knows all these dumb stories.
Sure. I was more curious about, so you have a little library in your cell? Because people send you books? Or do you have to give those
No,
books
you can
up?
only have so many books in your cell at one time, and then you have to put them in the library, or
Like-
you circulate them around other people.
Okay. You don't get to take some books that you have with you when you leave?
Well, you can, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't. I just left them there.
Cool.
Maybe somebody else will be a screenwriter because of that. You know?
I would love to see loads of folks come
Wait,
out.
so you're saying in the prison is the script of Knocked Up
Yeah.
in the library? Wow. Interesting that you left behind. All right.
Yeah.
Somebody's reading that like, really? Is this what happens when babies come out? Oh my gosh.
Nice.
But when we met for coffee, Adam had mentioned like he had learned so much script writing during the time that he had spent, and then he offered to like send me some of the things he had written. And while we had a good conversation, you know, a lot of people write a lot of things. You never know how it's going to be. And I was reading some of his like. They're like more like scripts for like skits or short films, and I was reading them. I'm like, all right, it's actually fucking hilarious. So I didn't expect that necessarily, and so we endeavored to like just try making one. He's like, just pick one if you think it's funny, and yeah, so we made one of his skits that's called like Addicted to Love. It's about like a woman that goes to like an AA style meeting, and she kind of steals the show because she's addicted to love, and even when her sweet baby boy is on his first date, she steals the kiss. And
yeah, you'd have to see it, I guess, but it's a banger.
Yeah. Where's the move?
Yeah, in all of our hearts once we've seen it. But no, I think I have it on Vimeo, and you have it on YouTube.
Yeah. And then we submitted some stuff to like Scream It Off Screen, and then we did Z-Fest together and won some awards with that. So yeah, we started off just making some little sketch comedy stuff, which is great.
You made the one where, was it the kid falls down and is paralyzed, right?
Yeah.
And then something with peeing across an alley is how I remember that one. What was the name of it?
Wildcats.
Two different
Wildcats.
things?
Two things happen.
In the same movie?
In the same movie, guy becomes paralyzed.
Someone got paralyzed
and...
and...
Were you the paralyzed guy in the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Is that because you just didn't want to have to like walk around? You wanted to sit down the whole movie? Is that the deal?
No, it was a cool wheelchair though.
I thought like after you doing the movie with the camera in the toilet to then come back with another pee-pee movie, and I was like, all right, Judd, what's going on? But it was funny.
Which one? Both? Or
the camera one. So when I saw it, Nick and I were so blasted at that point because we had come earlier, and I don't remember how I was getting home from that one, but I had a good time. What was the impetus there with the camera in the toilet? Dude,
that was I was dating this woman, and she was super uptight, and she like, I remember like right before we broke up, she told me that she was like just starting at this new law firm, and she was like, the partner invited us over on Friday to like have drinks or whatever. Like, I don't really know what to expect. And I was like, well, don't worry about it. Like, I'm sure he'll have wine and appetizers, and you'll have to go to the bathroom. There'll probably be a camera in the fucking toilet. And she like didn't react at all. And I walked away after having said that, and I was like, I think that's funny, like I think that's funny.
Yeah, I would have laughed.
I came up. It's not like I had that in my back pocket. I was spitballing. I came up with it, and when it left my mouth and went into her ears, I expected laughter and heard none.
Maybe it wasn't delivered in a way that was funny for her. I not to defend her. She's not here. I don't care.
God, making my blood boil, Kyle.
No, you're very funny, Judd. We had Jared on the show, and he talked about, man, when you had Judd in his movie last year, and you're just, yeah, man, that's really like, I loved that.
Yeah. No, but then after, I remember, and we broke up like days after I had told that epic joke, and amongst several others.
It'd go over really well in prison, I'm sure.
Yeah. Torres would have loved it. And then after we broke up, the script just poured out of me. Oh. It poured out of me, guys.
What's the deal with you and Mike Breeden? Like, it'll come up more. It's obviously come up in what we've already talked about, but like,
dude, it was on that short that Mike and I hung out the most. That one's called Jungle, the one with the camera in the toilet.
Okay.
And actually, because there's a punchline at the end of that, and he gave that. It's like one of those things where I wish we had all the outtakes, because every time he said it, like, the camera must have been shaking violently because we were laughing so hard every time he would deliver it. And then it was like he would try to deliver it and he would start laughing. And yeah, I feel like that was like the first time I really like spent a lot of time hanging out with him, and we just laughed so hard. And now, Adam and Mike and I have hung out so many times. Mike is just like, just genuinely hilarious, and amongst other great qualities. And
he was on a very short list of people I got Christmas presents for.
Oh wow. That's touching.
Yeah.
What was it?
It was a little hand-painted dish from Portugal.
Did you go to Portugal to get it, or?
I did.
Okay, nice.
Not to get it, but you got it.
No, you just went to Portugal to get that. When did you go to Portugal? Sounds like recently.
Yeah, my wife and I lived there for the last 2 months. We got back like 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago.
You lived in Portugal?
3 weeks ago? I don't know.
That's more interesting than the prison thing. Why don't you start with that?
Stories are
Portugal's
good.
amazing. Yeah, I would highly recommend it. It's as soon as I got my passport back, because I had been without for almost 10 years. So
okay.
Yeah, it was great. We got on a flight, and my wife has a job that she can do remotely, so we were able to go over there, and
What's the time difference? What, you have to just work later, or
Between 6 and 8 hours, depending on where we were, and
okay,
but it's mostly 6 hours
okay, 6 hours
ahead. So like if whatever time it is now, add 6 hours. That's what time it is there.
Got it. So you're getting work done for the next day before everyone wakes up, and
Yeah.
then they wake up, you go to sleep. I work with a lot of folks in India, so
Okay.
this is,
Yeah.
that 6 would be preferred to 8.5. I'll put it that way. Wait, no, that can't be right. I don't know what it is with India, but it's,
Well, Jud's traveled all over the world too, and
I'm aware.
yeah, so that's kind of a fun thing, and it's just one of those things that changes people's perspectives when you travel a lot, I think, and see how other people live, and it opens, I don't know, just opens some different doors, opens some different rooms in your head as far as like what should be or could be, or how we look at what we consider to be normal and what doesn't need to be that way.
What did Portugal change about what you think of as normal?
I told Judd this, I think maybe the first 2 weeks I was there, just
Keep
because
them honest.
there's just such a turbulence in the U.S. right now, and I think specifically in Minnesota, especially today, right? But
We're filming this on the day that a woman was shot by ICE fatally.
yeah. So getting over there and just seeing that there wasn't, like, everywhere you go, there's not TVs on every wall.
Yeah.
People are just like, they're more engaged with each other. There's a lot more just hanging out, communication for the sake of hanging out. And then it's just a little bit slower pace of life. And so what I told Jud is like, I think that this place is like kind of reinstilled a sense of like my appreciation for humanity, because people were genuinely nicer to each other. They didn't honk their horns as much. They didn't they were just more gracious with each other. And like the service, even like people at the meat market, or people that were like, everyone was just seemed like they were really passionate about their work, and as a result of that, they gave better quality service and better quality food and better quality drinks, and and everyone wins in that scenario. So it was just kind of it was an enlightening thing. It's like, oh well, if everybody tries a little harder, everybody wins, and that's what it felt like over there.
You seem like an intentional guy with schemes. What?
What?
Great.
No.
That's what he learned about your trip to Portugal.
I'm going somewhere with this. I know if I ask you, he'll be like, I don't know. As I'm seeing where the wind takes me and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
You must have some idea of what you'd like to do after now having completed this feature. I know you're going to have to do a festival run. Big Jim Cameron said, you wouldn't ask a woman when the baby is crowning if she's going to have another one. So I recognize I'm kind of asking you, the woman with the baby crowning, former doctor. But what's next? Like, what do you see?
It's more of
as
like crowning out of both of us. It's like a requiem for a dream situation right now.
Oh, yeah.
So
I love that.
It's real special. Yeah.
You remember that part of Requiem for a Dream?
Is it ass to ass?
So we gotta watch that again, guys.
Right.
I got it on 4K. I bought it on disc 4K I'd never seen it, and I was like, "Hey, this is a conversation." Comes up in conversation. I'll watch it.
Oh, dude, I used to fall asleep to Requiem for a Dream. I have no idea why.
That you don't need to explain anything more, Jud. Adam,
what's next?
do you have another feature in you in the future?
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
Okay.
I've written a few more. I've got, when I met with Jud, I was like, he's like, so you've written some sketches? I'm like, yeah, I have like 74 of them written, It's like, because you just have a lot of time. So I would challenge myself in there. It's like, can I write 30 in 30 days? Because I read somewhere that like that's, you should try to just write every day. And so I wrote 30 sketches in 30 days. They're not all great, but it was fun, and it just kind of like helped you to get that muscle worked. But yeah, back to your first question, like what hyphen do you enjoy or appreciate or respect the most? I think right now, because we've spent so much time in the producing and directing and editing and coloring and all the finishing of this film, I'm really craving getting back into writing. So yes, I'm very excited about that. I don't know what it's going to be yet. We were just actually, Mike Breeden and him and I were out the other night and talking about some different ideas. So we'll see.
What are your writing habits as of today? Based on you saying all that cool stuff, like, man, you got to write 30 in 30 days.
I definitely don't do that right now. But I miss it. Yeah, okay. I'm craving it. No, today I got up at 4:30 to try to make sure our DCP was done so that I could get over to the theater, and we're still waiting for confirmation that it's ready to go for our screening tomorrow.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Did you make the DCP yourself?
Yeah.
You did? Mm-hmm. He does that. What?
Isn't that hard?
I remember and text you tomorrow morning.
But isn't it like a hard thing to do?
Not really.
It used to be like you had to go to a place to do it, and pay like thousands of dollars. But yeah, I mean, like we've had one of ours not work, but only in one place, only at Catalyst, and it worked. The same DCP worked at a different place. I don't think I fucked it up.
No, that one wasn't.
It's not your fault.
Wasn't on us.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, yeah, there's still things you have to do, but like.
And that's for anyone that doesn't know, a digital cinema package, I believe.
Yeah.
Something like that. The P means package, not protocol?
Package, yeah.
Oh.
P for package.
I'm pretty sure it's package. Or maybe I just like the word package.
Hey, I love it too.
Yeah, a lot of people like packaging. Well, to wrap up this package, let's ask our guests.
Oh, nice. On the heels of Christmas.
Yeah. Let's ask, who would you ask we recommend to be on the podcast?
I was going to say your mom.
That's a pretty good one. We haven't gotten that one yet. Jud specifically,
nice
or
no?
She wasn't. She was not.
Oh, my mom.
well, we're brothers, so we all have the same mom.
Oh, you're all brothers?
Yeah.
The Farx brothers. What did you think Farx brothers meant?
Well, I just thought you two were brothers, and okay.
Nick Farx, Kirk Farx, Kyle Farx.
I got it.
You gotta explain.
Yeah, explain the origin story.
People think you're serious when you say we're brothers.
When I say you and I are brothers, yes, they do think that because
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
even though the only sibling I actually know of that's in my not Farx family is of color, but I don't know. What's the joke? There's a joke to it? I'd like to hear your version of what our joke is, because I'm actually confused. It's branding.
You came up with this fake name for us
one
day.
I didn't know that, so I'm sorry. I should have done my research.
No, I love that name.
Totally fine. I stole it from the Sparks brothers, who don't like to be called the Sparks brothers. They're just like to be called Sparks.
Is that real peanut brittle?
I think so.
Yeah, I think.
Are you avoiding answering the question?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Recommending
who the next person is that should bring on?
Not the next person, but someone you would recommend that we reach out to ask to be on the show because you know them and they're an Upper Midwest content creator of some. I'm so sorry I said content. Upper Midwest filmmaker, TV. It doesn't have to be film specifically because some people make TV, some people are commercial, but somebody making some sort of video content.
I think the person that I have seen their stuff. I mean, you've already had Jared on. Obviously, we're big fans of him. Jake Kelso's amazing. Matt Osterman, he's somebody that I follow. I think he does really good work and seems like he's doing things to help the community.
Dude, what if you had Terry from Scream It Off Screen on here?
He's amazing.
You're talking about people that... So, Matt and I are in conversation. The person you said before that...
Jake Kelso?
Jake Kelso won't come on. Jake... I know you watch sometimes.
Oh, now you call him out on it?
He said he doesn't want to come on because he's afraid of being on podcast. Some people are afraid of being on podcasts. I applaud you.
Tell Mike to go with Jake.
Oh, Mike and Jake.
There
Can you imagine?
We'll get
perfect.
Honestly, I thought you guys were going to say Mike Breeden like that, and I thought it would be over. But
too easy.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't know if you needed someone to show up on time and stuff.
Oh. It's not an issue here. Some people are
Mike
kind of
showed up on time in the things I've worked with him on. I've only worked with him on one thing I can recall.
One thing, and it's not a good data range.
It's one data range, but he had to show up multiple days.
Yeah, he's
okay,
like,
sure.
I've done a number of things with him. One is a number.
The one is also a number. Yeah.
He never misses. Yeah, it's one.
And honestly, that was like 8 years ago when we worked together. But Mike Straight, I'd love to have him on too. But yeah, I'll try to get Jake
Well, in his
Kelso
defense, we shot an entire feature film, and he was always early and always helped so much to the point where we gave him an associate producer credit. So
I saw that.
yeah, he was instrumental in our movie for sure.
Thank you for saying that because I forgot to ask that in our earlier conversation. The debate we've already had that came out before this.
Are we ending soon? I'm dying to know what you guys thought of it.
We're going to end this right here.
This segment.
This segment's ending. Thank you for listening. We'll catch you guys on our next debate. I think we had a really good time talking with Jud and Adam. Sorry, I got distracted by Nick.
I love when the show ends in chaos.
Yeah. Thank you for listening. For more JK Productions, find us on Instagram at JK Productions Team and on Facebook, JK Productions MN. Join us next time for another bait.